first tracks at J Park is on Saturday. The kickoff membership J27 one round.
Wait, it's on Saturday?
Wait,
It's on Monday.
I'm sorry, Monday. It would help if the calendar that's in front of me was the correct year. Which actually, it's still probably wrong. Anyways, on January 1st is First Tracks, the kickoff membership J27 layout, one round event at Drawman Park for DisCap. So I'm sure that's where most people will be, and there will be a lot of people there. The course, Jaimen and I actually played around today with some other people, and the course is playing good. All the bridges are back where they need to be. Water isn't an issue in any hole, so as long as it stays even hole. Well, there's a little bit of water in hole one, but it's not really a problem. You can walk around it, no biggie. The biggest thing I'm curious about is parking is going to be bad, FYI. So people will probably have to park all the way down the driveway towards like the fishing area, just because there's so much of it blocked off for the construction.
Welcome to Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. We got Corey, Jaimen, and Jason this week. Our last episode of the year.
Made it.
Corey, how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was pretty good. Headed out to Utica Friday afternoon. I was able to get a couple rounds of disc golf in. I played the bomber course at Griffiths Air Force Base in Rome, New York. Played a solo round there before Christmas party on Saturday. And then Christmas Eve, we did a little, I don't know if it's impromptu or if they just normally do dubs that day. But 8 people came out and we had like a little doubles league. Weather was pretty good. Other than that, yeah, Christmas was good. Hung out with some family, some friends I don't see that often. Got a couple disc golf related gifts.
What'd you get?
T-shirt and hoodie.
Ooh.
The T-shirt is, you can visualize it. It's a play on like the Coca-Cola logo, but instead of like enjoy Coca-Cola, whatever it says enjoy disc golf in the Coca-Cola font, red T-shirt. And then my brother and his wife also got me a hoodie that shows Uncle Rico holding a Firebird, and the text says, "But I can throw this disc over the mountains," or something like that. So I got new swag to wear.
That's my football team, Uncle Rico.
Oh, in fantasy?
Yeah, it used to be the Polk High Panthers, but 4 touchdowns in one game.
Now you're Uncle Rico.
Yeah. Jaimen, anything special on Christmas?
Nope, nothing crazy. Just driving around to everybody's house, seeing all the family. It was nice. It was nice to have some time off without doing too much, but pretty normal Christmas.
Any disc golf related gifts?
Yeah, actually, my girlfriend got me a tech disc, which I am super excited to mess around with.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I have not taken it out yet. I'm like really nervous to do so. As soon as I got it, somebody posted on Reddit about like the microchip falling off theirs. But after seeing Jay Gorsage's tech disc in action at the Northway Putting League, that thing took a beating and it didn't seem to affect it at all. So I'm less nervous. Now I just got to set up my practice net.
So did you get the putter, mid, fairway, or driver?
It's a Undertaker, so I guess it's a driver. I don't know if they call that a driver or a fairway.
I think that's a fairway. I think that's the same one Jay Gersage has.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. While using Jay's, the one thing that I noticed was my nose angle is pretty up, and the harder I try to throw, the higher my nose angle goes. So it's like just using one a few times, it's like really apparent what you can work on and how much of a difference it can make. So I'm excited to dig into it more.
Nice. Jason, how was your Christmas?
Great. I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, so Christmas is a lot of fun.
Did you get anything disc golf related?
I got I guess it's a rain jacket. It's not a rain jacket, but it's like a jacket that's waterproof, which I've never had. Looking forward to it because I've played a lot of rounds of golf in the rain, and it's pretty miserable when you get wet. So hopefully this will make those rounds a little bit more bearable.
What did you get other people that was disc golf related, since you're married to a disc golfer and have 2 daughters that I think have PJ numbers lower than mine?
Let's see. Jess got a heated vest and heated socks.
Nice.
Her birthday was also Friday, so she got a new laptop because her other one broke, and some stuff for that. And the girls got her some I let the girls pick out whatever they want within range. We'll just randomly go on either Amazon or go through a store, and they pick out some really strange gifts sometimes. And sometimes they make for a humorous gift, but this year they really nailed it. This beanie that has a built-in headlamp.
Okay.
So we have chickens and lots of chores to do outside. So like at night we have to go out and like put the chickens in the coop, lock them up and stuff so predators don't get them. So having that's like it's like such a cool thing for my wife. Some like perfumes, like normal stuff like that.
You didn't get a no discs, or you didn't get her a tech disc?
Do you know how many discs we have? We probably have like, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of discs. So fortunately, we didn't get any more discs.
What about a basket? You guys don't have a lot of baskets, do you?
Yeah, we only have like 20 baskets. So. Like literally 20. So. No, I think we have like all the disc golf stuff we need and then some. So fortunately, we didn't get anything disc golf related. But usually for like Father's Day, Mother's Day, the kids will get us something. Like I have like the coffee mug that says like Best Dad by Par with the disc golf basket on it. Oh, actually, yeah, I got just Todd Martin's FTS shirts with like the mirror logo. So that, and also I got her the Innova Christmas sweater. If you guys saw that, Greg Hill had it last week at Putting League.
Yep.
And then I got myself one just because I know she wants to have like matching sweaters. So nice. Yeah, other than that, having 2 little kids that are big fans of Santa, it's a lot of fun.
I guess actually my favorite Christmas present was driving back to Albany on Christmas Day, and as soon as I got on the highway, my car's check engine light came on, and my inspection runs out in December. So, and in 5 days, my inspection will be out, and I have a new check engine light that I have to try to resolve before I can even get that done. So, Merry Christmas.
All right. Well, I don't have a ton for tonight. I just thought I could do a last week in disc golf. We could talk the monthly and then do like a year in review kind of quick thing.
Sure.
Last week in disc golf, we got, for the last time, we'll do it. Over under, Corey, 6.
Over.
Jamin.
Under.
Jason.
What was last week? It was over under.
I want to say it was 7 last week.
And what's the cutoff this week?
6.
We're talking last Monday through Friday?
Yeah, the 18th through the 24th. Well, the 22nd. 18th through the 22nd.
Say over.
All right. So Corey and Jason over, Jamin under? Is that what it was?
Yep.
All right. Monday, nothing. The 9-pin is on hiatus until next year, right? They're doing the second half of their hunting league.
Yeah, I think January 6th is the first day, or January 8th.
All right. So Tuesday, Winter Glow at Wilcox Memorial Park, main 18 red tees. Scott Duncan shot a +2. Wednesday, Deadbeat Doubles. Jack gave away some t-shirts, Deadbeat Doubles t-shirts, and 13 souls showed up for t-shirt day. Someone probably had a great round, but Matt Baxter Lucino had a pretty good one. That was it. Also on Wednesday, Northway Putting League. Starting in the junior division, they had 5 players, had a tie for second between Heidi and Bentley. Granger came in first. Anybody know any of those juniors?
Heidi sounds familiar.
Yeah, I've heard of her.
Heidi's last name is Lasasso.
I wasn't sure because they don't.
Yeah.
Some of them they put a last initial, but on this one they don't.
Yeah, Heidi made 2 of the putts. They were both on really hard stations. One was on the Champ Cap, and the other one was on I don't know hole. It's like hole 6. It's the one with the big wooden Northway logo.
Sounds like she got more putts on those than I did.
But it was great on the hole 6, whatever it is. When she hit it, there was like a big backup on hole 7. So there's just like a crowd of people that saw it and just kind of cheered. And it really got her motivated to keep doing it. Because she was kind of like, iffy about the whole thing. And then after she hit that and everybody was cheering, she was like all in.
Nice.
So over in the women's division, looks like there were 31 players and 12 new. Third place, Michelle C. with 7 points and a tie for first between Miranda C. and Caitlin Clay. That one I guessed because it's Caitlin C.
Probably Caitlin Clay. Yeah, she wins everything.
Yeah. All right. And in the men's division, 79 players, 24 of which were new. Looks like Joe Karen, I'm assuming, hit an ace.
Yep.
Right in our face.
$72. It looks like a tie for second between Ryan C. and Jamin H. Not a lot of Jamin H's around, I'm guessing, either.
No.
And Joe C. with that ace won it at 18 points. Overall, it looks like Joe's in the lead. I don't know if they drop points or anything like that. Oh, I guess top 10 rounds. Okay, out of 12. He's in the lead at 53. Ryan C. and Tyler C. in second and third. All right. Corey, have you played there yet?
Yeah, I'm on like vacation hours last week and this week. And I've been telling myself for a long time I really wanted to make it up there just to check it out. So I finally brought my putters to work, and then once I was done, I headed up there. Thought that maybe leaving work a little bit earlier, I would miss all the traffic going north in the Northway, and I was fucking wrong. That shit sucks ass. I don't know why anyone wants to do that commute daily. But yeah, I went up there, checked it out. Super cool. Greg's putting league is, not that I've been to very many putting leagues, but the ones I've been to, it's the best. And the ones I've seen from other places, it's still the best. He gets a shit ton of people. The Northway Brewing area is just a dope spot for how, not involved, but how cool they are with all that stuff going on. Their beer's good, their snacks are good, and I don't know if I'll go up there again because it was a long ride home in the dark for like an hour. It might have only been about an hour and 15, but that on Wednesday nights are a little rough. But I missed the first 2 weeks. I did go to the third week. I could get the max number of points possible if I
show up every week. Yeah,
show up for the next 9 weeks.
I mean, Tyler Calzada's in third place, and he's missed a week already. So it's definitely, you can definitely compete with that.
Now it's just going to cost me about $300 in gas for the season. So I got to make sure I make that much money back. The course that he sets up to is not easy.
Just got to hit like 4 aces.
Did you say Joe got 15 points?
He won with 18.
18, yeah.
And you had 9?
I got 9. Oh, I did get 9? Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, the layout last week was tough.
Yeah, it was very tough. Corey, you started off super strong. I think you went 3 putts out of the first 4.
Yeah, and then I cooled off like the next 7.
Focusing on the good.
Yeah. I was enjoying my beer.
Do you get points for the ace?
No, that's just a side thing.
Yeah, so that ace didn't even count into his like 18 points he got. That was just a bonus, whatever, how much money he got.
All right.
And also, Greg that day was giving away like free discs to the first 100 people that signed up. So we all got free discs too, and a free beer just for playing.
That's crazy though, because it looks like there were more than 100 people there, so not everybody would have gotten a disc. That's insane.
Yeah.
So that means 79 men, 31 women, and 5 juniors. So yeah, that's over 100. That's crazy. Jason, though, you got a disc because you need more discs, right?
No, I took the free beer though.
Oh, that works. All right, so that's Wednesday. 3 events down. We're on to Thursday. Bridgeport Thursday handicap. Elliot DeLapp shot a -3. I know it's a handicap, but I just put whoever had the best score because that's how they do it on UDisc. Also on Thursday, Disc Beat Club Season 3. They played Stephen P. Wallace, regular tees, 18 holes, whites. Top 3, Mark Spalding got 2 points. Eric Struna got 3 points. And your winner for the week, Jay Malloy, got 4 points, which means our top 5. 5th place with 15 points, Eric Struna. 4th place with 18 points, Kevin Cranky. 3rd place, 18.5 points, Greg Kurtz. 2nd place, 22 points, Mel Gallagher. And your leader with 24.5 points, Mark Stryker. Moving on to Friday, Beacon Putting League. Looks like Nick T came in 2nd with 105, and Josh exclamation point came in 1st with 117. And that is 6 events, so none of you got it right. Right on, 6. Saturday, Bridgeport Singles League, A pool, Marvin Manalo shot a -6. B pool, Manny Arias +5. The SPW Doubles League Chris Kringle Circuit Tour was a tie for first with Danny Perry and Doug Ionen shot a -8. So did Charles Gordon and John Duda. The monthly was also on Saturday, but we'll go over that separate. Sunday, Long Island Sunday doubles layout. 1 through 8 GORE, +3A blue, 9 through 15 blue, 16 through 21 ROGE. I don't know what any of that means, but I find it fun reading it out. The winners with -14, Ron Gallardi and Josh Winkler. And then Norbrook Random Dubs, Joey Toda shot a -12. On Saturday, usually I do the dubs you played, Corey. What was it? Bomber dubs?
Mm-hmm.
It's listed on UDisc. They just didn't have the scores in.
Oh, yeah. We didn't do like event scores because we didn't like check in and stuff. Bomber Disc Golf. I think Mike Thomas and David Herodes went 11 down and 1. And I played with the nicest lady named Amy from Ithaca, and we went 8 down for 2nd place.
Nice. So Saturday, DisCap December monthly at Jenkinsville. Red front, blue back. Jamin, is this a 9-hole or an 18-hole course?
It's 9 right now.
So there's 2 layouts, though.
Yeah, there's 2 tees on every hole.
Because I read somebody posted on Facebook saying, like, how do you finagle it if there's too many people? Did that become an issue?
We had 40 people, so 4 5-somes, I think.
So not really an issue.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Everything flowed really, really well. From my point of view, there was no backups the entire day. The card behind us was never waiting behind us, and we were never waiting on the card in front of us.
Jamin, you're the only one that played from here?
Alex played.
Alex played pro. Ooh, all right. So they split it up. They have Pro-Am, Rec, and Ladies. The Ladies division was won by Mindy Potts, by 1 stroke over Julia May Marger. The Rec division, Terry Hudson won that by 1 stroke over Brandon Klein. Some very competitive rounds so far. Am division had 4 under par. Ryan Yaddow in 4th at -2. Joe Caron, who is not just a putter, at -3. Troy Vasari in 2nd at -5. The winner, Azariah Cartret at -6. Nobody corrected me, so I'm assuming that's correct.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to say his name. He's a Christ the King local.
Mm-hmm. So over to the pro division, looks like had 9 competitors. Cole Scambati was there.
Yeah, it was great to see him. He's up for the holidays.
Just Cole, no Parker?
I think so, yeah.
Checking, he's not playing amateur. So no, I don't see a Park.
No, yeah, Parker was not there.
Okay. So your top 4, -4, Alex Potts in the pro division. Bagger. 3rd place, co-Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year, Tucker Kozlowski at -7. Tied for 1st, Tyler Calzada at -10, who tied with course designer, would you say?
Yep.
Course creator, course designer, Jamin Hume. So already there's no leeway. You freaking build the course and you're already, Tyler already caught you. What's up with that?
Yeah, well, that's, I feel like that round I caught Tyler. Trying to remember when I caught up to him. It was pretty late in the round. Tyler started off strong and just made a lot of putts. The red layout is very short. Most of them are under 200. There's, I think, 3 of them are 200 or over, but it's meant to be a very, very beginner-friendly layout. And then the blues are much more challenging. I think there were a couple of people at 4 down on the blues, but a lot more bogeys there, a lot more challenging lines, a lot more danger for the players. And I was able to catch back up to him, but that was the best round that I've played at Jenkinsville. I've really only played it. I think that was my 3rd round there, but I think before that, my best round was like 2 under. That's with the red holes. So I was pretty happy to go in and shoot well. When we got there, I realized that there were 2 wood tags, and one of them wasn't Tyler's. So I was like, oh.
It looks like you had to play a clean round. It looks like you and Azariah are the only 2 that played bogey-free.
Nice. Yeah, there's certainly bogeys out there. I'm really looking forward to getting the back 9 in the next year or 2 so that there can be 18 holes that will make more sense as a course. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of challenge on the course as it is from the blues.
I'm sure we've talked about this, but when you put in a course like that, you kind of have it in mind when you're putting in the front 9, at least where the back 9 would go. Is that true?
Yeah, so for this one, there's enough land for an 18-hole course, but it is something that if I expanded a little too much on the front 9, I would put myself into trouble later. So I kind of designed the back 9 already, but I'm already revisiting that a lot. I just designed it to know that there was enough space back there for 9 more holes, just to make sure I didn't have to do any weird gymnastics like I did at Moreau in order to have the front 9 circle back. I split one of the holes in half, and then when the 18 holes went in, I put it back together kind of thing.
So how did the white elephant work?
Oh, that was fun. I don't know if Kenji's ever done that before or where he got that idea, but if you wanted to participate, you just brought a disc and wrapped it and tried to conceal what it was. Like I put a paper plate under mine so you couldn't tell what it was.
Corey would have brought a paper plate. Say, it's like 1-1.
He's going to have touch.
Yeah.
So you put it on the table. There's just a big pile of them, and you take a chip, like a poker chip that Kenji uses for doubles. And he would just, starting at 1, he counted up, and then when you heard your number, you went and grabbed a disc, and everybody opened them at the same time. And then if you participated in it, you could throw 1 mulligan in your round, but it had to be with that disc.
Did you use one?
Nope. I participated. I put a Roadrunner in. I was waffling back and forth between putting something just very unuseful and being nice, and I ended up being nice and used a Roadrunner. But I got an Enforcer, which is a pretty overstable 12 speed that I didn't have any interest in throwing, especially not as a makeup shot. So I just left it the way it was and didn't end up using it. Gave it to Randy afterward.
Friggin' Randy.
No, he uses a lot of those kind of fast, overstable discs, I think. He's got a lot of power.
Nice. For that course, the way it is right now with the 2 layouts, front 9 twice, what would be an ideal white elephant disc, would you say?
A proxy.
I was going to say a straight mid-range, so yeah, maybe. Proxy's a straight putter, but I was using a lot of fairways on the course. On the blue layout, I think I'm throwing at least a fairway driver and up on 5 out of the 7 holes. Most of them, I'm not using mid-ranges. So personally, I think a straight mid-range is like the right answer all the time. You can always make it work, especially if it's a mulligan. If I'm throwing a mulligan, I would rather have something that's going to land in the middle if a little short.
That's a good point. I don't see, I'm looking at the 2023 DisCap Bag Tag League, and I don't see that was on the 23rd, right?
Yeah, I looked at the tags today because I knew Corey was coming down. I wanted to see what tag he had. It did not look like it had been updated. Let's her ask Kenji about it.
I was going to go over them because this would be the last. I mean, I know they're doing the last tag round of the year next Sunday.
Yep.
At Central Park, is it? But I thought it would be a good time to go over the last of the year. I assume you kept your tag, Jamin?
Yep. Yeah, I was very happy to put the 3 in there and then come back with as strong of a pro field as there was.
Should I message Brian and be like, hey, verify that match?
There is a match to be verified. I don't know if that's it or not, but...
Oh, maybe. I mean, Kenji's the one that did the thing. I figured that he can also verify that stuff.
Well, I was also thinking, I might just hold off on that. I was thinking of not necessarily recording next week, but maybe recording at J Park.
Oh, you coming up?
Oh.
I was planning on it, but I don't know.
There's certainly going to be a lot of extra time in the morning.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah, maybe I can steal one of you guys and just go through the bag tags, just like for 5-10 minutes. And since the last round will have been on Sunday, I think that might be better for completionness. So I'll skip that for now.
I was thinking about doing like a disc giveaway for people to guess how many people are going to show up for first tracks. And then the tiebreaker would be what time we tee off.
Well, what was it last year? 90?
It was 90 something, I think.
Yeah, it might have been over 90. I know it was at least 90, I'm pretty sure.
Check on the first match of the tag thing.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm almost there. There was 85.
85. Well, that's probably who bought tags, though, too.
Right, because like Cully and them didn't
True.
participate in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Schwartz Post just says over 90 players. So according to Greg Kurtz's comment, 93.
93. Right. That's crazy.
Yeah. This is kind of bringing back some good memories. Yeah. 93 players showed up. And then on the Facebook poll of how many people are going, 30 said they were interested.
Oh, for the last one?
Yeah. For the series.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to do, since it's the end of the year, I was going to do a quick quiz. It's only a couple questions. Every man for themselves. And it's not a very difficult quiz. The first question, I'm going to give you each a chance to guess. We'll start by the order that you signed on. So, Jamin, how many episodes of the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast were released in 2023?
Have been released or will be released in 2023?
Have been released as of today.
51.
What do you think, Corey?
That was going to be my guess.
You can guess it. Everybody's going to guess. And whoever the winner will be closest to.
51 and a half.
Well, so you're going 51, assuming that this one. Okay. What do you think, Jason?
I mean, 51 sounds good, but gotta go with something different. So I'll go under and say 50.
Price is right.
Corey and Jamin get the point. 51.
Damn.
Not missed an episode this year.
Wait,
Not missed
Corey rounds up. Half an
That's
episode.
true,
You
yeah.
can't release half an episode.
That is true, technically.
No, I'm just kidding.
Here's the next one. The top 5 cities with the most downloads for 2023. Basically, I got one of those year-end like rap thing for the podcast, so I got some goofy information. So, Jamin, name one of the top 5 cities that you think people listen to or download from.
I'm going to say Troy.
Number 5. That's worth a point.
Nice.
Wait, hold on for a second. I should be writing this down. All right, Corey, can you name one of the other 5 cities, top 5 cities on the list?
Yeah, I wonder how wide the range is that gets grouped into a single city, but I guess I'll go Albany.
Number 3, Troy had 270 and Albany 328. Jason.
I don't know what boroughs and stuff are included, but I'll say New York.
Number 1, New York. Just New York, New York. It calls it 388. All right, there's 2 left. It's getting tougher. Jamin, we'll go through one more time, assuming anybody gets it. There's 2 more of the top 5.
There's 2 more. I'm going to say Schenectady.
Number 2.
Yeah, go Schenectady.
384. Only 4 behind New York, New York. And this last one, I don't even know where it's at. So good luck, Corey.
You don't know where it's at. Shit. What's a dumb town name that wouldn't get already like roped into like Troy or like it's a suburb? Glens Falls, you would know where that's at. Same thing with New Paltz. I don't know. Fucking Clifton Park.
Jason, take a guess.
East Greenbush.
Jamin, do you want to take a guess?
Newburgh?
Since you're in the lead, I'm going to give these guys, I'll give each one more chance.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I looked it up and it is up north. It's like above me.
Like,
Well, yeah, you live downstate, Pat. The whole fucking state is
What the hell?
Okay, so, well, I mean, number 1 was New York City. That's below me.
That's true.
There's not many cities above him.
I will tell you it's a village.
What's a big village filled with disc golfers that would listen to this podcast?
And it's north of Kingston.
Wait, we're looking for the number 3 or number 4, I mean?
This is, let me double check. This is number 4.
And Troy was at like 250 downloads?
270.
270. Jason, do you and all of your family download this podcast at least once? Is the answer fucking
I might be the only one.
Greenville? I don't know. The fucking village of Ravina.
Jason, one last guess.
So it's a village, but it's also a city?
I don't know if it's a city. What's it say specifically? It says most popular city, so it does say city, but it's also a village, so yeah. It's also a tree city, USA.
A what?
It's a tree city, USA. I guess if they have a certain number of trees, you get classified as a tree city. Maybrook, where I live, used to be a tree city, USA. I don't think the sign's there anymore. I think we lost our status.
They cut a couple down.
Yeah.
Go Hudson.
Oh, very close. Castleton on Hudson.
Oh. Who is listening
Castleton
from over there?
on Hudson?
Yeah.
Is it like a server room over there or something?
I'm surprised they call that a city.
Yeah, it says top 5 cities. I don't know how they're... it says other notable cities, so I don't know. When I pulled it up, it said village, so I didn't know, though. Sometimes it could be part of a bigger city kind of thing. I don't know. But
Cool.
Those are the top 5.
A member searching Castleton.
Okay, another quiz. I'll give you each a chance on this one. We're looking for the top 5 months with the most downloads. Now, before you think of that, I'll give you a few seconds to think about this because some months have 5 weeks.
30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest are 31, except February, which is 28. Except for this year, it will have 29. And Christmas is on a Wednesday.
So, Jaimen, you get to guess first. You get a point if you can tell me the top, since it's a month and there's 3, we'll make it top 6. If you can get into the top 6 months of the year for the best downloads, most downloads.
And it's all right if we look at a calendar?
Yeah, but you only got about like 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say May.
Ooh, number 6, 735. That's worth the point. Corey.
September.
Number 7, no points.
Oh,
101.
damn, I just missed last cash again.
I mean, it's the first one when you sang the poem, 30 days has September.
Yeah, but there's like 5 Fridays in there. So I thought
that's a good point.
Oh, thanks, Corey. I'm looking at Mondays like an idiot.
It didn't help me.
Yeah.
I'm done looking at the calendar. I'm going to start thinking logically.
I mean, there's 2 ways to think about it. One is the weeks thing, and then the other is just like, when do more people listen? What do you think, Jason? When do they not is a good way to eliminate them.
Go October.
Number 3 with 839. I got Jaimen at 4 points, Corey and Jason both at 2. This is worth an early win for next year's disc or no disc. What do you got, Jaimen? We got 4 left.
I'm going to say March.
March? Sorry, no. That is 8th.
Uh-huh.
Corey?
I'm going to go with... Damn, when did we about that? You led with May, right, Jaimen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll go June.
Ooh, 5th month with 770. Jason, we got 3 left. 1, 2, and 4.
Go July.
Number 9 or 8. Number 8. Jaimen.
I'm going to say April.
Number 2, 938. Nice. Corey, 1 and 4 left.
Okay, I'm starting to forget what has already been said. So,
if you say a month that's been said, I'll tell you if it has been or not. There's 5 left.
And we already said April, May, and June. Was March already said?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure July sucked ass. Or did it, actually?
Pretty sure it was already said.
Okay. So we're March through July is already out. January.
No, that's number 9. Jason, only got 4 months left, 2 of which are the number 1 and number 4.
I think what's left. So we still have February, still have August, November, and December. This is for this year?
Mm-hmm. 2023.
All right, I don't think it's December. Go February.
Number 4, 794. Jaimen, you got a guess? There's only 3 left.
I was going to say August.
That is 12th.
12th. Dead wrong.
528. Ain't nobody listening in August. Corey, you got 2 choices.
November or December? That's all that's left, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. By Jason's calculations.
Jason just said there's no way it's December, right? And then went February. So I guess I'll go December. Oh, well, wait. We're not even done with December yet. You're right. Okay. Okay, so how about November?
972, top on the list.
Oh.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm sure there was an extra day, and that's including Thanksgiving, which got none.
Yeah.
Although I'm curious, Corey, were you the one person that downloaded yesterday?
No, man, I'm a Friday before I even get out of bed type of listener.
So December was 642. That was 11th. And again, it's not even finished yet. But one last quiz. Jaimen at 5, Corey at 4, Jason at 3. I got a list of, looks like 1, 2, 3, 8 guests. We'll go backwards this time. Jason, you get to start. Name one person that was a guest this year on the podcast.
And it's all just one? Like, there's no, like, if there are multiple guests, they get more points, or?
Well, no, if they were on more than once, no. Just one, just individuals. I didn't go through and figure
Okay.
out. Many of them were on more than once, though.
Mike Schwartz.
You are correct.
From episode 192, October 13, 2023.
Did you talk about the trophy?
Oh, yeah. Schwartz has got to tell the trophy story.
Well, we've done trophies a couple of years, but with so many different divisions, it would get expensive. So this year we decided to buy a trophy to keep at Heiser and then just get a plaque with small brass nameplates on it for MPO and FPO. And we decided to buy a full-size musket.
Like an actual musket?
Yeah. Well, it's a replica. It's a non-firing, but yeah, it's a full-size, yeah. Well, the Battle of Saratoga was one of the defining battles of the Revolutionary War.
Corey, that was before World War II.
Was Jack alive back then?
Probably. I'm pretty sure he caught the end of it.
Kid thinks he's going to sleep quietly and peacefully the night before next year's Fool's Fest.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been trying for a shotgun start. We've been trying for a couple of years to get somebody with a cannon to come and blast a cannon off for the 2-minute warning.
That'd be awesome.
But New York State's got some really bad gun laws now, and it's almost impossible to get a cannon.
God damn it.
Well,
Yeah.
Mike, there's a piece of music that involves a cannon. And when people play it, what they do is I think it's an M80, they drop one of those into a 55-gallon drum.
Yeah, but it's not having a cannon. I want a cannon.
Yeah.
Which I feel like any one of us should be able to walk in. First of all, how are you going to conceal a cannon? You're not going to have you pull out your pocket cannon. And two, I mean, I'm just saying this unbiasedly, but I'm pretty sure the Second Amendment was there to like ward off. Like, what could be more basic than a cannon? That's what it was written for: muskets and cannons.
Yeah, so in failing in getting a cannon, we decided on a musket, which is also really hard to get in New York State because you can't get it shipped to you in New York State. So I had to ship it to somebody in Pittsfield and then drive over to Massachusetts to get it.
I have the same kind of problem with pesticides.
You said that like a serial killer.
Yeah, there's all kinds of pesticides that you can't get shipped to New York or Connecticut, but by God, you can have them sent to your friend in Jersey.
Morgan just needs to come up with, like, I'm surprised he doesn't have one already, but he just needs a spud gun, a potato gun.
Yeah.
That's cannon-like. You could paint it black.
I feel like it doesn't make that big a noise, though, really.
No, it's more like a...
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a mortar. And then, of course, the potato does not explode, so you never get that earth-shattering kaboom.
Yeah. Just blow up a car in the middle of hole 12's fairway.
Right. So a musket over cannon. And the musket was not easy either.
No, we're going to attach that to a plaque and then have another plaque underneath it, which will have every year MPO and FPO winners on a small plaque. So we're going to go back through the last 21 years and update all of them over the winter in time for next year.
Okay.
That's a good point, though. I could have done that where you get bonus points for each individual time, but
This is
I didn't
simple.
think that much into it. Corey, name any guest from the past year.
Adam Gutman.
Correct. Another multiple time guest.
From episode 164, March 31st, 2023.
If you guys want some fun stats, this was the 20th FDR Fools Fest. Brinster has won 9 of them.
Whoa.
Not even
and
half? What a slacker.
I mean, I was rooting for him this year, 10 time for the 20th one. And no one else has come close. Bill Dune has 2 wins in 2010 and 2011. Bobby's got 2 in 2013 and 2017. I think everyone else is a single-time winner.
Does Cutler not have 2?
Cutler only has 2012.
Okay.
And we have, so I'll go through it. 2004, Adam Goodman. 2005, Jamie King. 2006 through 9, Brinster. Bill Dune, 2010 and 2011. Cutler, 2012. Bobby, 2013. Brinster, 14 and 15. 16 was Henniger Quap. 17 was Bobby. 18, 19, Brinster. 2020 was Jeff Cahill. 2021, Brinster. Last year was Wads, and then this year Dylan. So he has definitely dominated this event.
Right on. No doubt.
Jamin?
Josh Isaac.
Correct. Fortunately, it's only 1 point each.
From episode 200, December 8th, 2023.
How did you come up with the idea for Disc in a Box?
A fine question. I actually pretty much stole it. I adapted it from another game in 2019. Andy and I came across a game called Box of Golf, which is a game for ball golf. You can look it up. They're since out of business. I actually tried to contact them in several different ways to see if I could work with them or they'd be interested or who knows, or just to get their blessing. But their website's down, their phone number's down. Anyway, so we were playing this game called Box of Golf, and it's okay. And at some point while playing, we thought, it'd be really cool if there were a disc golf version of this game. And a couple months later, I asked Jack to actually send me the tee signs for FDR. Those would eventually become the game boards. Modifications obviously make the game boards on the tee signs. And just, it's a hobby of mine. It wasn't strong, got to go to work on this. So over the course of the next year, we came up with a kind of a rough prototype. But that was most of the inspiration, just playing this other game and thinking, gee, it would be really cool to have a disc golf version of this.
How long ago was that about?
I actually did the research before. I was like, I don't know when this happened. That was in April of 2019. We bought the original game. I don't know. There was a solid prototype around a year later. But within a couple of months, like I said, that's when Jack did it. So it was actually a pre-COVID thing. But then during COVID, it became one of a few COVID projects. But that's the timeline of it.
You got the T signs from Jack and you just printed them up and kind of mocked something together like that just to play test and that kind of stuff?
Well, I got the T signs and then designed each hole on the T sign using Photoshop, and modifying the same general game mechanics of Box of Golf. But as a hobby, I design games and that's fun for me. So I just sat there and for each hole, I would add the icons and the little paths. I don't know if anyone's played it or seen it. And so, the T signs were just the backdrop basically of the course. And so onto those T signs is the game. So each hole will have spaces to move your disc. And depending on what hole it is, it would be different things. And I tried to keep it true to FDR. So hole, 10 is straight up the middle, or you can throw out over the out of bounds, that kind of thing.
Jason, anybody else?
I think we had Bickersmith on.
I'm sorry, no, that was last year.
Oh, man.
Free and Brian.
Brian. I thought we'd been on for picks or something.
That happened before the end of that year, though. He came on because the picks don't go until the end of the year.
Makes sense.
From episode 114, February 25th, 2022.
Brian, when did you first discover disc golf and how?
Years and years ago, a friend turned us on to it. And then I spent about 10 years just playing casually in the woods and being happy with bogey ball. And then eventually that just wasn't good enough. So the past couple of years really been trying to, push harder and less bogeys, more pars, more birdies, and, see how far I can go. Really challenge myself as much as I can.
I noticed it's like you got a rec win, then an intermediate win, and now your next event is MP40.
Yeah, let's go. Let's just keep moving. I don't need any more discs, so...
Yeah, that's usually a good reason to move to pro when you've got too much plastic and, you want to play with some better competition.
Yeah, what's the worst case scenario? I lose, no big deal,
Have you played as a pro yet in any tournaments?
No, not yet. I guess the other guy that was signed up dropped out, so I don't know what's happening there, but...
Division of one?
At least for now, so we'll see.
Who are the usual suspects in the MP40 division up there?
Joe Jaskolka, Chad Larson, Jeremy Bledsoe, Travis Winkleman, those guys.
So you got a good field up there.
Yeah. We just did a ice bowl this past weekend and got pretty crazy. We had a snow squall come in, no visibility for half the second round. There was one hole where we threw our approach shots, and by the time we got up there, discs were covered in snow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Good times.
So you guys didn't wait it out? You guys played through the squall?
Play on. Keep going.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree.
No wimps, no whiners. How did your ice bowl do?
Did fairly well. It's funny. Like, we shot 5 or 6 down, and I was like, oh, not good enough. Complain about it, but...
That was for dubs, right?
Yeah, for dubs. No wimps, no whiners, though, so, play on. That was a good day.
Did they do you buy the extra shot mulligans?
Yeah, we could buy 5 mulligans for $20, so... kind of becomes a strategic thing as far as when to use them.
Yeah. Did you use them wisely?
Half and half.
Yeah. That's the tough part.
Were the mulligans assigned to people, or could you use them for...
They were for the team.
So how many did you take, Brian?
Of your 5? I don't know, maybe 2.
Okay. Throwing your partner under the bus there, I see.
My partner, Corey, started making some putts in the second round, so that's what
nice.
Kind of kept us alive. So
very nice. What'd you guys place?
We did 3rd place in the amateur division.
Nice. Bad at all.
Who took it down?
Tim and Jaimen took down the Open, and Victor and Forrester in the AM side.
Forrester on the AM side.
Uh-huh.
How are Victor and Forrester on the AM side?
Yeah, good.
Because Tim and Jaimen are on the pro side.
I ain't saying you don't have reasons to run away from Tim and Jaimen, but all the way to Am?
Yeah, Harry and Alex gave Tim and Jaimen a little run there, but didn't quite do it.
Yeah, I was following it on PJ, and I thought they were going to win. First round, they were all, -7? There was like a 3-way tie.
Yeah, something like that.
Close round.
Corey.
Eric Bowers.
Correct. Another multi-time guest.
From episode 181, July 28th, 2023.
You went to Worlds was it last weekend?
We built in some extra time so that we can get some kind of excursions in, but we left on the 8th of July and our flight home actually got canceled, so we didn't get home until last Monday. So the 17th? So we were out there for 9 days.
Was that your first time going to Worlds?
It's first time going to Worlds, first time in Arizona. A lot of firsts. Been out to California, but never to Arizona.
How did you find the courses out there?
I don't want to sound like a newbie complainer. I give those guys a lot of credit for putting that, especially the Little America course. That was put together. I think they were putting together as a temp course because they had a ton of snow this year and they kind of had to pivot last minute and create a course because one of the courses they knew wasn't going to be ready by Worlds. So they put in this, they called it the Little America Crew course. I forget exactly when it opened for play, but for a stretch of about 5 holes, it was extremely rocky. There was a ton of lava rocks, which I didn't even know that Arizona had volcanoes at some point. But it was a rough course for walking. I think a couple people on our card said, I wouldn't even let my 12-year-old son walk this course. So it was rough for a little bit of a stretch. Personally, I wouldn't have called them kind of Worlds-worthy courses. They were very nice, but I was a little disappointed with us not playing multiple courses. So I actually qualified a few years ago when it was in Florida, and I was strongly kind of urging my friends and family to kind of go down there to experience it for the first time, but it didn't work out. But looking at the course schedule, they had a different course every single day. So you were guaranteed to play 4 new courses, or 4 different courses, not new. But here, how they did it was, and I don't know if this is the first year they did it or just decided to do it based on the number of participants or what, but Tuesday and Thursday you played 1 course, and then Wednesday and Friday you played another course. So you only got 2 courses in during Worlds. However, there was probably about 6 courses in play for all the people that were there, but they just kept the participants at 2 of the courses, and they just rotated between the 4 days. So that was a little disappointing. I heard good things about some of the other courses that I wish we got to play, but just didn't work out that way. I will say the 2 that we played, Fort Tuttle, 978 rated players shooting 14 down definitely screwed ratings. So even my last round, I shot 4 down and I felt good about it, and it was 907 rated. I'm like, damn.
Jaimen.
What about guest spots? What if there's somebody who was part of the podcast but wasn't actually on the podcast this year?
I'm not sure.
I think I know where you're going with this.
So I was just going to say Greg Kurtz.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I recorded him at J Park.
Okay.
So that counts.
From episode 181, July 28th, 2023.
And what about the Worlds courses? Had you played them before?
No, we had never been there before. We went to the Grand Canyon, which was cool. It's a volcanic area geographically. Geology-wise, it's very igneous rocks. And it was weird because the courses were flat, but you couldn't really run up because they had all these disguised rocks just laying around kind of thing. So it was very rocky. But it was basically flat, big ponderosa pines that you just had to navigate through. Matt played 2 courses that were different than the 2 courses that Tim played, which were different than the 2 courses that I played.
Oh, okay.
So we got to run around and play each other's courses a lot, which was fun also. Flagstaff is a nice college town, and everything was conveniently located, so logistically we were able to get around with 1 car without much problem. Flagstaff at 7,000 feet is very much a mountain town with wintertime skiing, and Phoenix down the road 100 miles is 112 degrees, and we're at 88 degrees and going, this is wonderful. And now Flagstaff did a great job. The 7,000 feet did not really change the flight patterns of our discs. They'll dump out a little bit, hyzer out a little quicker, but in general, after 20 throws, you're like, okay, this is how I tweak it, and we're back to knowing what the disc is going to do.
They were wooded courses, because you think Arizona, you just think wide open, kind of like you're saying, ball golf courses, nothing like that.
Flagstaff has, it's forest covered in big ponderosa pines. And so the courses are wooded. The difference, I would say, with New England wood is we have a lot of it. Those pine trees, you could get back to the fairway. If you hit something, you could save yourself much easier than back here, in that there were just fewer trees. They're beautiful, and it was very pleasant, very pleasant.
Jason.
Josh Wynn.
Correct.
Damn.
From episode 168, April 28th, 2023.
I'm personally of the opinion that PDGA and leagues are a little bit of a clusterfuck in terms of ratings. What's your experience?
I was going to ask Josh why he decided to do it sanctioned.
I'll answer both questions. Corey's first. The reason why I decided to make it sanctioned, everyone's paying $20, and I know that like last year my league was $20. This year it's going to be $20. $20 this year feels like even less than last year, which just seems crazy.
Inflation.
Yeah, just, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, oh, like $20 last year, like seemed like a lot. And now I'm like, oh, it's only $20. But I also want, people are paying $20, and I personally need to know that everybody is going to be playing by the rules, regardless of who's on the card. And to me, it was really important to kind of set some type of bar when it came to the play at hand, as far as everyone playing the course the same exact way, by the same exact rules, just to keep fair play as much as possible. I also felt that it just created a little bit of legitimacy, because people would take it really serious because it was rated. And to get to Jack's point, last year, there was one kind of fluky ratings thing, which was when the course changed to play Prospect Park in Troy. And Jason would probably have a much better idea than me. Every other rating felt very close, if not maybe even slightly inflated throughout the whole rest of the league. That's my opinion. I couldn't back it up with anything.
Yeah.
And I would look to Jason to maybe qualify that.
I think when Brett was there and didn't have a hot round, because he had such a high rating, that it definitely inflated the ratings. But I don't think that any of the ratings were really far off from what they should be. And I think as long as you have a decent sample size statistically, it all boils down to statistics, and you'll get a rating that's pretty close, as long as you have propagators that are playing the rating. If you have few people that do not play their rating, then yeah, that they could get out of whack. But I felt like they were all within 10 to 15 points of what they should be, and that's comparing it to like a C tier, B tier.
I also feel like with making like PGA sanction, not that like I would ever attract any like riffraff or whatever, but it seems legit. And, last year there was some things that happened that had to get rectified by the PGA. And I'm glad it was like that, because the last thing I would want is everybody all up in arms because they paid money and someone did X, Y, and Z, and there's no real consequence for it. And now everyone's like infighting in the league. And I feel like because it was PDGA, 99.9% of every person that played showed up, with their game face on, ready to play professional disc golf by the rules. And it went extremely well.
I got two more, but there might be somebody I missed. So, Corey?
Damn, who else? Alex Potts.
No, he's not a guest.
He was a guest the first time.
Technically, yeah. So I'll let you guess again because of technicality, but I can't give you points for that.
Damn, there had been somebody else from the wedge area. Mark Hay.
No, I didn't see him for this year.
Frig.
From episode 116, May 11th, 2022.
So you ended up designing a course, Mark, but how did you get into disc golf? Did your brother get into it first?
No. So I used to play Ultimate back in the day. The first time I ever played disc golf was, I think it was an ace race at Minekill in 2014. Actually played with, who was course designer, Jason?
Mike Fagerstrom.
Actually played in it with him. He was kind of showing my friend and I the ropes of how to play. I had no idea what I was doing. Everything was just Heisering like crazy. I did buy a starter set at that point, but I didn't start playing until 2018. Honestly, I'd gone through a divorce and didn't have my kids every single day and was looking for something to do. Talked to my brother and a couple friends. We used to go winter camping all the time. And we kind of stopped doing that, and we hadn't really hung out as much lately, and talked him into going to play disc golf at Minekill. We spent pretty much the whole time wandering through the weeds looking for our discs, and I remember thinking, there's no way I'm getting these guys out to play again. And a couple days later, they're sending texts of pictures of discs they bought, and yeah, next thing we're going on road trips all over the place, and playing any chance that we had. It was pretty much any time I didn't have my kids, I was playing disc golf at that point.
Jaimen still has a guess for this round.
Yeah, I don't know if I can't remember my timeline, and I think I'm wrong, but I was going to say the Scombati brothers, but I think that was last year.
That was last year.
From episode 140, October 7th, 2022.
What are your guys' first names?
So my name's Cole, and then I'm Parker.
Cole and Parker.
So there's two of you. I hear two different voices. I've never met either of you guys, so I need the full details. How old are you?
We're 19.
Oh, so you're twins. Or Irish twins.
We'll cut duplets, actually.
Yeah, there's two more of us. They don't play.
Yeah.
They don't really do much.
They don't really do much. Yeah. I've never met your brothers.
They don't do much. Yeah, you probably will never meet them, honestly. Unless it's at some tournament.
Bring them on your YouTube channel. Make them do stupid
that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah,
we actually should do that.
We should do that.
That's
Thank you for that idea.
You guys got to start paying me for all of my ideas.
We're going to get those idiots on our channel. Yeah.
What are the other two's names?
Brandon and Nathan.
You should play disc golf, Brandon and Nathan.
I agree. Dude, Brandon is insane, actually. He can throw a forehand a mile.
Are they into some obscure sport that they play together?
No, they just don't play sports.
Yeah. Brandon's a professional at smoking pot. Nathan's just like staying in his room a lot. But yeah.
So you would think if he's into smoking pot that he'd be into playing disc golf
I know,
too.
right?
There are those sects.
I just, it's weird.
He sometimes comes out and he just throws forehand and that's it.
He likes to putt forehand too. Like he'll sling them at the basket and he's like actually good at it.
All right, so I got two more names. We'll go through one more time. Jason.
Bill Newman.
No, that was the year before.
From episode 95, October 15th, 2021.
Approximately the last week, just south of Charlotte, down in South Carolina at the United States Disc Golf Championships. I was volunteering for Throw Pink mainly, and I was lucky enough to end up doing the crowd control with the women's card in the morning and then the men's card in the afternoon. So it was just a great experience. If you ever have the chance to get down there, highly recommended. Very professional tournament and just fantastic environment for disc golf.
And New York State had a big finish, right?
Oh, my God. Our neighbor from Beacon, New York, Missy Gannon.
The Cannon,
Missy Gannon, took down the win in the women's, which is just incredible for her. And I've been trying to pump it up as much as I can for New York State disc golf. And I'm looking forward to seeing Missy and her fiance, caddy, Tom, in November. They're going to be back in New York, apparently. So really great,
right on.
Great stuff for Missy.
I have a friend in Colorado, Sean Lewis, who can't stop claiming that she's Colorado, not New York.
Yeah, I know. Well, she's born and raised in New York. She learned and picked up disc golf when she was out in Colorado, but they do come back and stay with Missy's parents for a month or so every year. So, and also she's listed officially as Beacon, New York. So
I saw that.
I'm claiming her.
That's where it is. New York claims Missy Gannon.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Corey.
I'm just trying to blank.
Antonio Albert.
No, that also was the year before.
God damn it, Antonio.
From episode 148, December 9th, 2022.
Well, our guest tonight has been a PDGA member since 2018 and has already had 9 career wins in 39 events, including 4 MA1 wins in 2021 and 4 wins in the Open division so far in 2022, including 2 of our selected events. And he also may or may not be sponsored by Thought Space Athletics.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, Antonio Albert.
Thanks for having me.
So you won New York State's and
LIO.
Long Island Open.
Yeah. I don't think I ever finished in second or third place. I either win or I'm like 14th.
I'd prefer to have like 2 wins and coming dead last on the rest of my tournaments. So yeah. I think that's pretty sweet.
Not a bad problem to have, I guess. Oh, and Pat, I want to point out that this podcast was my number one podcast on Spotify this year.
Why, thank you. Is that what that's from?
I just want to point that out. So before I forget, Brett was only third. You were number one.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
That's awesome. Are you sponsored by Thought Space Athletics?
No, I just love their shirt.
Jack and I saw him at Cedar Beach Classic, and because we talked about how we had never seen anybody wearing anything like from those companies outside, in the world. And so for some reason, I took the assumption that you were sponsored. So I should have just asked you that day, but I think you were too busy taking an award or something.
No, I jokingly tell people that I'm sponsored by peanut butter banana Cliff Bars because that's the only thing I eat on the course.
Well, Ryan, this is the perfect time to ask him.
Right. So you like to eat your Cliff Bars there. What is your go-to course beverage?
I'm boring. I drink water. I don't drink alcohol at all. I think beer is disgusting. So I'm just water. And then after the rounds, give me my Arizona iced tea. That's like go-to.
So has inflation impacted those 99-cent cans?
No, thank God.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I can sleep easy at night knowing that I'm going to just pop in, give me that $1 and give me my drink.
Are you an Arnold Palmer guy? Like what variety are we talking about?
Peach, raspberry.
Classic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Those were classic mixers back in the day. Can of peach Arizona tea and some garbage vodka in the college days. They'll get you going.
Yeah, so after the round, I'm always grabbing one at the gas station.
Nice. Excellent.
And Jaimen, last guess.
There's only one more person?
I got two, but I figured since you got a choice of two.
I was going to say Jess Lasasso.
You are correct.
Damn.
Really? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Sure that wasn't last year?
No, it was both.
Okay.
I think we did it at the end of Team Challenge this year.
Oh.
She came on.
Good thing she doesn't listen to this.
From episode 166, April 14th, 2023.
How did you get recruited by Innova?
I mean, I reached out and just kind of explained my background of Jason and I running tournaments together, and then like the doubles event that we ran, and that we'd like used Innova except for 1 year just because that was the year of COVID. They were out of merch, so we went with Prodigy. But rather than that, we've always been with Innova. Then they got back to me, and I guess they liked my background and they gave me sponsorship.
It's on the Rockstar team?
Yeah.
You're like teammates with Brett Delamater now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Makes it extra cool.
Yeah. I think Jess has a lot of friends that are sponsored by Innova, which probably helps too.
Yeah.
Oh, so not just Brett.
Yeah, someday maybe I'll get sponsored by them. I don't know. Looking over Jess is like she can order discs, and I'm always looking over her shoulder like, oh, you should try out a Toro. Oh, you don't like that Roadrunner? I'll throw it.
She could be your in-person now. If Brett wasn't willing to do it before, now you can just go through Jess. She could put in the good word.
Brett had like a big part in pushing me, not intentionally pushing me, but like to get the sponsorship. So like ever since I have started playing disc golf, in the beginning, my first disc was DX Beast, and it was like super beaten, and I loved it. And like I'd always thrown Innova, and I'd always dreamed of being on the Innova team somehow, but like never thought it would be possible. And then we were at putting league one night, and Brett had said to me like, hey, your Instagram's good, like underrated, something along those lines. I only had like 200 followers, and like kind of laughed and was like, you should be sponsored by Innova, or would you be interested in an Innova sponsorship? And like that had got me thinking like, hey, I would actually love to go for it. I have nothing to lose. And then that's when I reached out, and then Brett like kind of helped me navigate and like show me the right channels and, things like that. He was like a big part in me going for it and like helping me. And I appreciate his help.
Probably because you're beating all the guys at putting league.
Did you start making more short form content with like the reels and stuff before or after you were like actively trying to do the whole Innova thing?
Before I went for the Innova sponsorship, I was doing like disc golf stuff, but then like more of like the skits with the kids, funny stuff, which like I will, if I come up with a good idea, do a skit or something with them. Yeah, I didn't really do a lot of showing discs because Instagram was still new to me. Like I said, I only had like 200 followers, so I was still kind of feeling out how to use it and work with it and stuff. When I just started, I didn't even know how to do a story. like a year before that or whatever, like Jason had to show me like from scratch how to even use Instagram at all. So
because the stuff that you and Jason or whoever's account ends up getting posted under is usually some top tier Instagram content. And if it was only being shown to 200 people that were following you, then that's not enough. Because anytime a Lasasso reel gets posted, that is a banger, especially if it has the kids in it.
Well, thank you.
Follow Jess on Instagram at Lasasso_Jessica.
The last guest that nobody got, which is not Long Island, Neil Shapiro. He was on a couple times. Talking about his events.
Sorry, Neil.
That's all. Neil's a good guy. He could take it.
From episode 173, June 2nd, 2023.
But over on Long Island, Neil Shapiro is running the Long Island Disc Golf Polecat Championship driven by Innova. The Polecat Championship has one additional rule. You're welcome to use any disc you'd like, as long as the disc you choose is an Innova Polecat. So let me get this right, Neil. Prior to planning this event, you've never thrown a Polecat?
Never thrown it, never held it, only ever seen it online.
Since you've opened registration, have you yet to throw a Polecat?
No, the first one I'll throw will probably be the ones that Innova sends for the player pack. So,
are you going to keep it pure and not throw one until that day?
Oh, good question. I hadn't thought about it. I thought I would get some practice in, but the way you said that makes me want to try that out.
So I love the idea of it for you.
Yeah, this is solely about me.
Yeah. I think that's pretty clean and pure. I hereby challenge you to throw your first polecat drive on hole 1 at the Polecat Championship.
No warm-ups, no putting, nope. Just, okay. I'll see if I can abstain. It may be tricky, but I'll keep you in mind,
I mean,
Jack.
Obviously, you could warm up and putt with any disc in your bag.
Sure.
As long as it isn't a polecat.
A halo, a polecat, right.
Wait. I just found the disc golf scene post. Every player gets a Halo Star polecat for playing?
Yep.
That's worth the $25 for admission right there.
Exactly, yeah. I was pretty pumped. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to get 60, and Innova was able to help us out. So I'm excited for everyone to get one of those. And, some people already told me they're bringing their DX or they're looking to buy a champion one online. Like, again, I don't know how they throw, so maybe I'll try to pick up a DX one too, just to have 2 on me. But at least everyone gets one good Halo polecat.
That is absolutely outstanding. I think that's great. So these happen around the country. What made you decide to do it?
So I was watching disc golf on YouTube, some like Jomez or Gatekeeper type post-production. And it was one of those things where it was like, oh, if you like this, you'll like that video. And I think it was just like called the New England Polecat Championship.
Yeah.
And I stole the only rule is use one polecat directly from their DG scene page.
Right.
So I was like, oh, it'd be a good idea to do. Heckscher has the green Thrive type layout. So it's a nice short course where, you could do the whole course with just a putter. And I figure, I don't know, most people I know don't own a polecat. I know there's a lot of people that do, but I guess, like I said, I haven't thrown one. I haven't seen too many on the course. I thought, instead of trying to do a rock challenge or a buzz challenge or a truth or judge, whatever else, this could be something fun and unique and kind of a one-off.
So last thing I wanted to go through was I came up with some awards, and I thought that see what you guys thought about them and see if you had different opinions than mine. We'll start with a couple that we already know. The 2023 Co-Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Players of the Year. That was Tucker Kozlowski and Kyle Hirsch. We also had the 2023, all these I put 2023 in front of just because. 2023 Disc or No Disc Champion, Jack Bradley.
Technicality.
This is where I'm going to need your help. I came up with some, but I wanted to get your guys' opinions. The 2023 West of the Mississippi Listener of the Year, I gave to Rob Quincy.
That's solid.
Anybody else? West of the Mississippi?
I couldn't think of a better person for it.
Yeah, it's a tough call, but I think you made the right decision on that one.
All right. What about 2023 East of the Mississippi Listener of the Year? Does anybody have any thoughts?
So we got rid of Rob in the listener pool, and now literally everybody else. Who is the top listener?
Can you just list the listeners quick?
Real quick. Yeah. Well, I had somebody in mind because this person, they sent me a message after, I guess, a couple weeks ago when I was talking about, what was I talking about? I was babbling about how much effort it takes to edit and all that.
Uh-huh.
What I was trying to get across was that when I first started doing it, we would record for like 2.5 hours. I would edit until I got like 45 minutes and then just stop and put that out. I've gotten better at editing. So now if we were to do 2.5 hours, I can edit that between now and Friday just because of getting better at editing. But if something came up and I couldn't finish the whole thing, I would just throw out basically whatever I had. Basically just doing the work that I could. Sometimes I can do more, sometimes I can't do as much. But after hearing that, this listener sent me a message saying, and first of all, they showed me that on, Spotify, that their top podcast from Spotify was Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast.
Ooh.
And you can tell me who this is based on this message, see if you can figure it out. But he said, just wanted to make sure you hear this out loud from your audience, but thank you very much for the work you put in to create and produce this show. It's truly a highlight of my week, wanting to hear what you knuckleheads talked about a few days prior.
Kevin.
Don't burn
Greg,
yourself out.
Greg.
Switch to every other week if you have to. Would add during the off season, but Team Challenge season is almost the season that's covered the most. Anyway, just saying thanks again, bud. So who do you think?
That sounds like Greg Kurtz.
Yeah, first I thought Kevin, but then you used the word knuckleheads, and I instantly went to Greg Kurtz.
That's my clue too.
Jason, do you have a guess?
Well, now they say Greg, I'm thinking that's Greg.
We also just spent all day with Greg. So
You had me knuckleheads, okay?
Would Greg use Spotify?
Oh, that's a great point, actually. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Shit, that's
if it's
a great
on his
point.
laptop.
I'm sure he's cranking something to get the juice flowing to listen to the podcast. Anyway.
It's elliptical.
Kevin
It's
was
the water wheel going.
a decent guest, too. Yeah, I don't know. Who else would call us knuckleheads?
I can see Kevin doing that.
Yeah, I'm back to Kevin.
I'm going to stick with my guess just for variety.
So you're going to go back to Greg?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Greg.
And the other two say Kevin?
I say Kevin.
I'm trying to think of somebody different, but it's hard to beat those two. Is somebody downstate?
No.
Yeah, I'm going to say Kevin.
We were looking for Brian Bickersmith.
What?
Oh, wow, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guy wasn't even on this year.
I could see that. He does listen every single week.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good.
And usually
word for
before
Brian.
me, I'll get to work on Friday, and like I haven't even got my coffee. I'll sit down, and Brian will correct me on something. That wasn't the date that our fantasy football draft was on. Check your calendar.
So do you guys agree with him being the East of the Mississippi Listener of the Year?
Yeah, just not East of the Mississippi Listener Picks of the Year.
No.
Yeah, I think Brian's a pretty good candidate for that award.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I had the 2023 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
What's the criteria for rookie?
Alex, I think, is the only one that qualifies.
Oh, yeah. Alex would get there. Yeah, I see that.
If we had one in 2022, it would have been Corey. So
Sure, yep.
And then the last one I had was
The MVP.
Well, see, I thought about that.
It'd be you, Pat.
No, it would be actually if there was a co-host of the year. Who do you guys think?
Co-host of the year?
Yep.
I would say Alec. I feel like he's taking screenshots of stuff. He's like, adding things to everything,
I would agree.
I feel like he's got to be making your life a little bit easier on producing side of things.
It's not a bad thought. What do you think, Jason?
I think Alec is a good candidate. I mean, Corey's probably been the most committed, but I don't know, content-wise, he just talks about his round, so Alex probably, I don't know, I'd say...
What about that chicken story?
Yeah, you know what?
Point.
That bumps him up.
I have gotten a lot of messages on that one.
And Alex already got Rookie of the Year.
And Alex already got Rookie.
I agree with Corey. He missed one day, and then he skipped out on dubs because that's how sick he was. So that's why I would say Corey would be co-host of the year, just for attendance.
Yeah,
just to show you where my criterion are.
How hard it is to commit to this every week, and how important it is to the show.
Yeah, just having people basically to talk and just talk about how they play disc golf.
Yeah, I do really appreciate Corey's ability to tell a story.
No, it's underrated.
Oh yeah, for real. I feel like I'm like, all right, so I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then ate it. And Corey's like, all right, so guess where the bread was?
Oh, so co-host of the year, Corey.
Nice. I'll take that honor with my hands.
All right, and then the last award I had was for Facebook Poster of the Year. And none of us is eligible. It's just other people. So I had a list here. See what you guys think. I got Brian Heller, Rob Coinzy, Kristen McDonald, Brian Bickersmith, Greg Kurtz, Kevin Cranky, and Joe Karen. Or somebody else that I didn't even think about.
Brian Heller is the one that brings the podcast into other things. I feel like everybody else has generally interacted with just the podcast, just like responding to something that we had said or something like that. But Brian is like remembering a reference from several episodes ago, and then so much so that a lot of the times his references go over our heads because they're so in the past. We're like, wait, what? But I think that's really cool whenever I see that stuff and like finally understand what he's talking about. I'm like, wow, that's I'm impressed that you remember that.
Yeah, and he posted the guy from Caddyshack. He got Hudson Valley Disc Golf podcast disc signed by the Caddyshack guy.
And Meredith from The Office.
And Meredith from The Office, who had clothes
that was her
on.
name, right? Meredith? Yeah, she actually was clothed. Brian's a solid answer. I do like West of the Mississippi Rob as a close contender and the honorable mention of Kevin Cranky.
Yeah. Well, I try to keep it to one award a person. So he's in the running, but he really didn't have a chance because he's already the West of the Mississippi Listener of the Year.
Oh, true.
And Cranky, the only way to keep him cranky is to not give him an award. So there's that. Greg Kurtz is usually informative stuff. Like he's most recently posted the pictures of the water at J Park. Kristen McDonald's usually informative. I remember something about a sandwich. She explained why the sandwich wasn't there to Alex. Joe Karen complains about no putting leagues. But I like that kind of stuff. Anything that tells me what to know to talk about. That's very important.
Yeah. It's like a recursive function. You're like pumping out content, and the content is writing new content for you.
Exactly. It makes it easier. Even if it's a complaint we could talk about.
We're not going to do the 2023 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Biggest Dickhead of the Year award.
No, that was just, I figured I always like to start small. So do a handful. And if we got more to think of for next year, you know. So that's Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Facebook Poster of the Year, Brian Heller. Congratulations. Your award is in the mail. Thank you, Jaimen, Corey, and Jason. See you next year. Sweet up, Hudson Valley.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
See you next year.
Pat. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Pat.
So I'm here with MA2 winner of the Whipple City Classic, Ryan Travis, 148343. See, no whiteboard. Congratulations on winning. How does it feel now that it's over?
It feels really good. I honestly was pretty upset after the first round, and knowing now that tomorrow when I play MA1 against a bunch of pros, it doesn't matter as much because I finally got that win. Feels good.
You do plan on playing tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right. Were there any particular challenging holes or memorable shots you can tell us about?
Hole 5 in the first round, I put my disc underneath the rock that the basket sits on. So that was one that really felt good.
Heck yeah.
And actually also getting the stretch that round of 6, 7, 8, getting those 3 birdies in a row, getting the 60-footer on 8 to finish that stretch felt really good too.
What was the most difficult hole?
Most difficult hole on the day was probably hole 9. I threw my second shot OB first round, and then the second round I just laid up and said I'm fine taking the bogey and not throwing OB.
What was your go-to disc?
Go-to disc, honestly, probably the Innova Wraith.
So was there a particular competitor who worried you the most?
Honestly, second round, I was kind of worried of both Chauncey and Brandon because I knew when I looked I had a decent lead on my card and they were on the card behind me, so I couldn't tell what they were doing.
Would you like to thank your sponsors?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out everybody, honestly, that supports me. I've got a lot of friends here that have messaged me or that were here that were really happy when I won, and also just thanks to Discura Disc Golf for the great apparel and keeping me cool out here today.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot. Ryan Travis, 148343.
Thank you.
Thanks.